I recently turned 29, and thinking back, it's wild to me because I remember when I was little, I've always dreamed about growing up faster, becoming more mature, and I remember the first milestone I really looked forward to in life was me turning 18. And now I'm like 10 years after that. I'm 29 now. And you know, it's crazy how fast time flew by, and looking back on the chapters in my life, it's been a wild ride. And I feel like this would be a perfect time for me to sit down, reflect on the past 29 years of my life, and make a video that shares the 29 life lessons that I've learned before I turned 30. And no matter on what phase of life that you are in right now, I hope that these 29 lessons can help you, can provide value to you in one way or the other. Hopefully you would avoid things that you would regret, and hopefully these life lessons can provide some sort of value to you. Hopefully you are able to gain something out of these life lessons so there's less hardship that you go through, and hopefully these lessons can provide some kind of wisdom in life. Without further ado, let's dive right in. This video is split into 7 sections of different categories of life lessons, so feel free to watch the sections that feels more applicable to you. And these sections are: first, reality checks I wish I learned sooner; mental and emotional health; relationships and human dynamics; growth, learning, and curiosity; time, discipline, and long-term thinking; perspective, joy, and life philosophy. I look like I'm about to call someone, but no. 6. And emotional maturity and self-respect. Without further ado, let's dive right in. Reality checks I wish I learned sooner. Lesson number 1, no one is perfect. There is a very limited of things that are perfect in this life. I know that there's like a perfect circle, whatever, but in terms of humans, we are not perfect, and nobody is perfect. Everybody in this planet are figuring it out in real time. We're all trying to live our own lives, and it is very important for us to know and realize that we are not perfect, and that should never be the goal for us to achieve, to be the perfect human. We are in an era of social media, and we know that there are technologies out there that makes people appear to be perfect on media. But it is very important for you to know that people who appear to be perfect, they have their own insecurities too. They have times when they feel down. There are times when they feel powerless or out of control. And that is totally normal. Even though it's not normally shared on social media, it is very important to know that nobody out there is perfect, and neither should you be pressured into thinking that way. Lesson number 2. Perfection is procrastination in disguise. Waiting to feel ready delays real progress. Have you ever encountered a moment where you have something that you always wanted to do, but you have been procrastinating for that perfect moment? I'll wait till New Year's to start a new fitness routine. I will wait till next Monday to call my mom. I will wait till blah, blah, blah to start whatever. And the truth is, there's no perfect time. The perfect time is now. You will only have now. You will not have your past. You will not have your future. So the perfect moment is literally now. Think about what are some small steps that you can take right now to progress yourself towards the thing that you wanted to do. And done is always bigger than perfect. You should always strive for progress instead of perfection. And once you get started, you'll realize that momentum builds confidence, and you will just progress faster and faster from there. Lesson number 3, there is no set rule book for life. Everybody follows different timelines. There is no single manual of life that we all should follow. I know there are, social etiquettes, being polite and being respectful and all of that, but there is no set rules of life. There is no set rules that you have to go to this school, or, well, might be controversial, but you have your own timeline to live. And if education system does not work for you, fine, so be it, right? As long as you live a, healthy and fulfilling life that you find fulfilling, that's perfectly fine. Success doesn't look the same for everyone. Success isn't always money, status, or freedom and all of that. If you feel like you're successful in life, you are successful. Lesson number 4, don't dwell on your past. What happened in the past is already in the past. Do not dwell on the past, because there's nothing you can change about your past, and it is really not worth of your time and energy to dwell on the bad things or the stuff that you regret in your past. It's not meaningful to do that. It'll drain your energy, it'll take away your time. Think about what you can do in the future. Replaying mistakes doesn't really change your outcome. Time moves on, and you have a long life to live. So instead of dwelling on your past, thinking about, oh my god, I should have done this, wish I should have done that. Think about how you can live your life tomorrow, or like later today, or like right now. We should always focus on our present life and plan for the future instead of dwelling too much time on your past. It's okay to do some self-reflection, right? But do not think about the bad stuff from the past too much, because there's always a new opportunity for you to change that. Section number 2, mental and emotional health. In my early 20s, I started to be very conscious about my health. And I realized that in your late 20s, your body will start to force you to be more conscious about your health, either both mentally and physically. So lesson number 5 is take mental health seriously. It is a thing. Coming from an Asian culture, it is very often that people would ignore or neglect mental health. A lot of the times people focus on what are the physical issues that you have in your body, like a cut or something internal that's off. But it is very important for us to know that mental health is very important because it ties in with our physical health, it ties in with our well-being, it ties in with a lot of the things that we do in life. And it is important that you plan your rest into your days, into your busy weeks, because rest is productive when used intentionally. Lesson number 6, be more conscious about your health. Sleep, food, movement compound over time, and your body will remember how you treat it. Lesson number 7 is you should always be your own priority. You cannot outsource self-care, and it is very important that you are aware of your mental and physical well-being and take care of it when your body is sending signals that it wants your attention. And learn the art of saying no is very important because you don't want to overdraft yourself, because that will eventually come back to you as a cost, mentally or physically. And your needs matter even if sometimes they're inconvenient. Lesson number 8 is you wouldn't have space for other people if your own cup is full. What I mean by that is we should always take time and sit down and reflect within ourselves and think about if we have a full cup already, and if our cup is full, that means it is probably time for us to regroup ourselves and bring ourselves back into a happy, healthy mental and physical well-being before we offer other people with their water. You know, like sometimes we want to be empathetic, we want to make sure that we are there for others when they need us, but if our own cup is full, the energy that we radiate is not going to be helpful for others because they're going to feel our adverse energy, and we don't want that for others, right? So it is very important for us to know when our cup is full and to take care of ourselves before we offer other people help. You know, like the saying where put your own mask on before you put the mask on for others. It is exactly that. The next segment is all about relationships and human dynamics. Not every relationship is meant to last forever, and that is okay. And that includes every relationship out there. Friends, family, career, all the relationships out there. Lesson number 9 is friends are not supposed to be forced. Chemistry matters, and aura is a thing. You know, people that click together for a period of time, they might grow apart, and that's totally okay. And the effort we put into each relationship should feel mutual and not one-sided. And if you feel like you are pressured into a relationship, if a relationship feels forced, it's probably time to reflect and move on if necessary. Lesson number 10 is family is just a tag. This is something that means a lot to me. This is something that I had to take a lot of time to learn, because it is very easy for us to fall into this trap where we know that there are family members and we sometimes tie ourselves into the responsibilities and all the things that come with family. Sometimes family can feel heavy, and that is okay, you know? There is no, like I said in the beginning, there is no perfect family. So it is important for us to realize the things that we are putting ourselves from external tags. And love doesn't excuse harm. You are allowed to define your own boundaries. Lesson number 11, it takes two for romance. Effort cannot be one-sided. In a relationship, you have to feel balance on both sides for it to be a healthy relationship. And everybody deserves clarity, not mixed signals. Lesson number 12 is only keep people who love you unconditionally. The support you receive shouldn't depend on your success. And when it comes to true connections, it should feel safe all around. And you shouldn't have to shrink to be accepted. If people really love you, they would love you unconditionally. And we should cherish all those who love us that way, because it's not always the case, you know? The next segment is growth, learning, and curiosity. Right off the bat, you shouldn't stop learning just because school ended. So lesson number 13 is you can still learn new skills after college. For me, I started learning singing right before I ended college, and I started learning music production after college. Learning doesn't have an expirational date. There's a saying in Chinese, which basically means you will continuously learn until the day you So always stay curious and don't be afraid to learn new skills. It's never too late to learn a new skill. And skill building really does boost your confidence. Trust me on that. Lesson number 14 is stay curious about the world. Always stay curious. There's always something new about this world that you do not know. So isn't it fun to learn something new every day? So staying curious is what motivated me throughout my life, basically. I'm so curious to learn about this. I'm so curious to see what that's about. And that has opened so many doors for me. That has opened up so many paths for me that I had never imagined. And you know it, wonder leads to growth. Lesson number 15 is be brave and try new things. Whenever you feel fear, it often means that growth is nearby. It's lurking in the back, waiting for you to discover it so you can grow. And whenever you find yourself overthinking about something that you've always wanted to try, just start it. Don't let your brain take over you. Don't let your thoughts take over you. Trying beats overthinking. And regrets hurt more than failure. You don't want to feel regret when you're old and you're looking back, you're like, oh my God, I wish I did that. So I'd rather fail instead of feeling regret, because if I fail, I gain a lesson and I can always try again. But if I don't even try it and I feel regret about it, there's nothing I can do. So I'd hate to feel regret. So bye, regret. Lesson number 16 is trust your instincts. Your instincts are usually the energy that are trying to protect you, and overanalyzing duels self-trust. And sometimes your body knows before your mind. So if you find yourself in a situation where you have a strong instinct of something that's, not going well, it's usually kind of correct. The next segment is about time, discipline, and long-term thinking. Reflecting in my 20s, I learned that time is your most valuable asset. No exceptions. Time is it. Time is it. It is your most valuable currency. It is your most valuable asset. So spend it wisely because you don't get it back. So lesson number 17 is delay immediate enjoyment for bigger future reward. Short-term comfort usually delays long-term freedom. What I mean by that is, let's say we want to achieve a fitness goal and there's ice cream sitting in the fridge. Short-term enjoyment seekers would reach out to the ice cream for that immediate gratification, immediate satisfaction. Oh my God, I'm eating this ice cream, it's so good. But if we delay that immediate enjoyment and we invest that energy into a long-term future bigger goal to get in more shape, we will be able to achieve that in the future. And once we hit that goal of ours, we would then enjoy even bigger future rewards. And small sacrifices compound, and you are going to thank yourself for that in the future. Life lesson 18 is time is money. And it is fair game to everybody. Everybody gets 24 hours. No seconds more or less than that. And it is very important for us to prioritize the tasks that we have to get there every day, every week, every month, and every year. How you spend your time literally equals to who you become. So please spend your time wisely because you'll never get it back. Lesson number 19 is don't worry too much if you miss something. Something that I learned while staying at a Disney resort lately, lucky me, was if you miss a show, if you miss a fireworks, if you miss a parade, it's okay because it'll always happen again tomorrow. Opportunities often repeat in different forms, and FOMO fades faster than regret. And what is meant for you will eventually find you. So please don't dwell too much on the fact that you've missed a show, you missed something, you missed an opportunity, because you most likely will have an opportunity to do it again, to watch it again, to see it again. Lesson number 20 is create a vision board every year. I've created one this year and it has definitely fueled my motivation and momentum to crush all the goals that I have set for myself this year. Just a reminder, you don't have to and you don't need to crush every single goal because we're not perfect, we're humans, but it's always nice to have a reminder on the wall where you can always see it, that you have the life that you want to achieve on the wall, and it'll unconsciously give you motivations to work hard on your everyday life. It reminds you why you are doing the things that you are doing and why you started it. The next segment is perspective, joy, and life philosophy. Aging isn't something to fear, it is something to appreciate. I am grateful that I get to live 29 years of my life, and I look forward to all the years in front of me and all the amazing things that are about to happen in my life. I appreciate who I am. I am perfectly okay with who I am today. Lesson number 21 is aging is a beautiful thing and it shouldn't be stressful at all. Aging should always mean growth, not decline. You gain clarity, you gain wisdom, and you don't lose value. And you build on your confidence with time. So aging is actually very beautiful. I appreciate the maturity I have today. I appreciate all the wisdom I have gained throughout my life. Looking back, I definitely prefer to be who I am today than who I was when I was 15, 16. Lesson number 22 is dogs are amazing teachers. If you know me, you know that I have a golden doodle who is going to be 4 years old soon, and she has definitely taught me a lot of the life lessons that I didn't realize I needed. For example, she has taught me that joy comes from the smallest things in life. Whenever I give her her favorite ball, she is the most happy that she's ever been, and I think a lot of the joy in life doesn't come from money, it doesn't come from status, it comes from the most simplistic things in life. And it is very important for us to notice those small things, simple things that makes us happy, and cherish that. My dog also taught me to live in the present. Do not dwell on your past, do not worry about the future. All you have is right now. And my dog is perfectly fine with who she is today, is perfectly okay with her situation. And who is perfectly, I'm looking at her right now, who is perfectly okay with where she's at today, is perfectly happy with this very moment of her. And I appreciate her for teaching me that. And my dog has taught me to love unconditionally. She loves me just the way I am, and I love her just the way she is. And it is important for us to love those around us, like the way we love our dogs and the way our dog loves us. Lesson number 23 is develop a habit of reading. Reading expands our perspectives quietly. I cannot tell you how much more wider my perspectives are after reading so many books in my life, and I cannot wait to read more books in my life because it has taught me to look at things at a brand new perspective where I never thought that I look at something this way. And it has definitely given me a lot more new insights on how I should take on life. And these are some most valuable life lessons that I've gained that I would not gain otherwise. So set yourself a goal to read a book, at least one book per month. Lesson number 24 is working out can be fun. It doesn't have to always be repetitive. It doesn't always have to be you doing the same thing over and over again. It doesn't always have to be you running on the treadmill, catching up your breath. It can be something fun, right? Like playing basketball, playing badminton, jump rope, or even bike with your loved ones at the beach. You know, working out can be very enjoyable. And if you are trying to develop a habit of having a regular fitness routine, I highly recommend you starting with something that you love as a sport. Lesson number 25 is never compromise your loved ones for external approval. External validation is temporary, and people who are outside of your inner circle are not the people who lives with you, right? These are not the people that have intimate relationships with you. You should never sacrifice your intimate inner circle for external validation. So, for example, if you're outside with your loved ones, you should never step on top of them for other people's approval. This just doesn't make sense, right? Protect what truly matters to you, and you will thank yourself for that. The next segment is emotional maturity and self-respect. There's a quiet shift that happens when you stop people pleasing, and everything else just follows. Lesson number 26 is you shouldn't settle for anyone or anything that you do not like, because it hinders your overall well-being, and I feel like it will backlash you at some point in the future. Lesson number 27 is never be a people pleaser, because why would you, right? Don't be a people pleaser because it hinders your confidence, it hurts your self-esteem, and you wouldn't get the thing that you want every time. So instead of pleasing others, think about what you can do for yourself to stand up for yourself. Lesson number 28 is look at circumstances from a third-person perspective and identify if you are being gaslighted or if you are purposely made smaller in any way, and identify what's really right and wrong in that situation. It is very easy for us to be blinded in situations that we are in personally, but if you can extract yourself from that situation and look at something from a third-person perspective, a lot of the times you would realize a lot of the things that you wouldn't have realized when you are in that situation. And hopefully looking at something from a third-person perspective can better help you with decision making. And that leads to our final lesson, lesson number 29, which is you would always almost feel better waking up early than staying up late. I cannot tell you how many times I felt horrible staying up late trying to cram something into my daily tasks to make myself feel a little bit more productive. It always ends pretty badly. Like I would end up sleeping late and waking up horrible. I'd rather sleep early and wake up early and feel like I'm ahead of people and get stuff done early in the day and feel amazing after. And I actually get to chill in the evening knowing that I've done the things I wanted to get done for the day. So that's it. Those are the 29 lessons that I've gained as a 29-year-old before I hit my 30s. I hope these life lessons provide some kind of value to you, and hopefully from my personal experiences, you can take these lessons with you and apply these into your your life and live a good life too. I feel like I'm also not in the stage where I can give people life advice, but if you are in your, let's say, in your early 20s, or if you're a teenager who's watching this, I hope these life lessons reach to you at your early stages of life, and hopefully these life lessons can carry you through over some hardships that you might encounter. Being 29 taught me that life isn't about having answers. It is okay that if you are still in the progress of life. It is okay that if you are still figuring it out. Growth is quiet, personal, and non-linear. If any of these lessons resonated with you, let me know which one hit you the hardest. And if you are in your late 20s and you feel lost, you're not alone. Save this video if you feel like you would need this sometime in the future for a reminder. And if you are interested in watching how I navigate through my life, the ups and downs, being very raw and honest about the life struggles for like going through life and just navigating life in general, feel free to subscribe and turn on the notification button so you wouldn't miss the next video I'm about to post. And if you are interested to learn about how to live as an individual, not being trapped to follow a specific timeline, I've made a video that talks specifically about that. I will link it down below for you to watch it. Until next time, I am Michelle. See you there.